Yeah, I'm in the front row. Got my 2 tickets on me. I'm in the front row. The best place.
Hi, I'm Shereen Rayan.
I'm Chris Rodriguez.
And we're in the front row where you get the best views in sports. And we're here at Rock and Brews.
Once again, yes.
And it's our first show.
Our first show together since the New Year.
Since the New Year, so Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. I know it's probably the last time I'll probably say that this year.
Yeah, hopefully.
So what is this year bringing for the Lakers?
That basically sums it up right there.
So we really love our Lakers, right?
We do.
Still love our Lakers.
Yeah, they've definitely had their struggles since the last week of November, but there's been a lot of kind of rumors swirling because of it. Before we really jump into their struggles, a couple weeks ago, we saw Jeannie Buss.
Jeannie Buss sitting with Magic Johnson taking selfies.
And maybe that is a sign to Jim, like, hey, here's a changing of the guard coming in the next 3 months.
This is Jim's last chance, right?
Well, yeah, because
this is the year he gave himself.
Yeah, the initial, I guess, agreement was if I don't have him in title contention within 3 years, I'll step down, right? I'll fire myself.
Right. No, I totally get it.
Even if he does that, he's still the owner, right?
Right.
So he's still gonna have his hand
he's
in
making
it,
a ton of money. They were, I don't remember. I think it was Sports Illustrated was showing you just how much money Jim Buss made. He makes a lot of money.
Yeah, he makes a ton.
He owns the Lakers anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a pride thing, but Jeannie has to show that she's going to make good on it. Her brother's going to make good on it.
Well, that's what you want to hope, right?
And Magic's been shut out for a long time. I mean.
Well, yeah, he was like last year. They even made him step down as his title as like official Laker ambassador or whatever his title was, something along those lines. But you're possibly going to see a change of the guard because fans are kind of fed up with Jim. We all had hope this team was going to have a stronger start. I mean, they were great out the gate, right? You're 10-10.
Yeah.
Overdid the expectation.
They beat the Rockets. They beat the Warriors.
They beat the Warriors. They beat Atlanta twice at the time. They were good.
Yeah.
So, they started hot. They got into a funk when they had a ton of injuries, starting at the end of November, going into December. D'Angelo went down, Nick Young went down, Julius Randle went down, then he had a baby, then he had to miss a couple more games. Larry Nance went down, Tariq Black went down. It was just an on and on thing. Then our backup point guard, Jose Calderon, he goes down. It was just a tough time. Seven injured players to the roster, crucial players. I wish Mozgov would have got hurt. No, not our other guys. And that kind of led to a quick downfall. They ended up going, I think, 2-18.
Yeah,
in the month of December.
And I really wanted Larry Nance to be in the dunk contest, and I really think he would have this year.
Yeah.
But he didn't feel healthy enough, and it happened to him last season as well.
Yeah.
And so Aaron Gordon's going back, but Zach LaVine isn't. But I'm so bummed Larry Nance isn't going.
Yeah, and Zach LaVine said, like, I have no more moves or special dunks to offer.
Well, he won. He doesn't want to jinx it, right? He doesn't want to go up against his former Pac-12 rival and jinx it. So
exactly. So
I wouldn't do it if I was him. But Aaron, I don't know how Aaron's going to outdo what he did last season. But
either way, we're excited to see it.
I'm going to miss Nance on the dunk contest.
Definitely. So, I mean, getting back to the Lakers, do you think that hangout with Magic Johnson and Jeannie Buss in public at a Laker game is a sign of things to come?
Well, I think it was a staged event. I think that she's trying to show that she is listening, and she's just starting.
She is hearing the fans.
Yeah, and I think she's just starting to try to figure out what to do because she knows that. I mean, let's face it, they're 16-34. They're 1 win away.
They're 6-24 since they're 10-10.
Right, well, that's true. But from last season, they only won 17 games. They're 1 win again to meet the record from last season. So they're going to win more than 17 games this year, and everybody's going to start asking for the tank.
Speaking of 17 games, there was a coach who led us to 17 wins last year.
Byron Scott.
And he had a lot to say about
And I still have a place in my heart for Byron.
Of course, he's a Showtime Laker. He's a Laker legend.
That's right.
There's a couple chips here.
People should keep that in mind.
But he has no love lost for D'Angelo Russell. And he's made that clear in several interviews and even recently now, saying he still has a lot to prove. He has to mature. He has a lot more to develop. And you can't really disagree with that because it doesn't make sense. But he kind of says it in a spiteful.
Oh yeah, he says these guys basically they show up and and you're supposed to respect them. But hey, I've been here already, basically, and you need to show me, buddy. I'm not. You know, I don't need to prove anything to you. You need to prove to me. But that's old school, new school. Right?
Well, definitely, like, and it's common.
Have changed.
It's common now because these young kids kind of have this sense of entitlement. Like, I'm good. I'm here. You know, I've earned the right to walk on this court and be respected. But that's not really the case, because when you make it to the NBA, that's when the journey actually really begins. Now let's see what you got. Let's see what you can bring. What's your work ethic like? How are you as a teammate? As how are you going to mature into a man to become a better player? And that's what we really haven't seen out of D'Angelo Russell yet. Yes, he's better than he was last year, right? The maturity level, he's even a little bit more skilled this year, but you just haven't seen that consistency and work ethic. They've said, you know, multiple times about D'Angelo Russell that he doesn't have a routine. Which is what you see usually with very successful players. They show up, they have the routine, they do this, and this, and it prepares them for the game to be better, and he hasn't done that yet.
So Brandon Ingram showed up at the end of a Defenders game, and he was shooting free throws with one hand. So this is at night after a Defenders game.
That's awesome to see.
Brandon Ingram was in. I can tell you, I watched him. I filmed it. He doesn't know I filmed it, but I filmed it for my own sake. But it was really fun to watch. But let's get back to this. These 19-year-olds. So you have a 19-year-old from Croatia, Ivica, right?
Yeah.
When you talk to him, you start to realize how young he is, but he's a monster on the court.
He is.
He's been doing a great job, double-doubles, and I think all his time in Defenders has really helped him.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely got the time to progress and develop his game and get a sense of how it is to play with other pros not on the same level skill-wise, but just to understand the flow of a professional game in the States with guys who are up and down from the NBA. And it's shown. It's really shown.
And D'Angelo's still young, right?
Yeah, he's only 20.
And so, you know, so's Randall and all these guys. And I heard what you said, you know, you made it to the NBA and that's great. Well, they were only in college for a year or two,
You gotta think, 2 years ago they're playing in high school.
Let's take TJ McConnell, who was in for 5 years, right? Kid doesn't make hardly anything what these other guys make, and he doesn't come entitled. He is a hard-working, blue-collar type of player that comes with a lot of heart.
Yes.
And he's finally starting, and since they started, I think he's 10-4. The Sixers are on the rise here, and they're all gelling together. That's what a leader does. Okay, so in my eyes, TJ McConnell figures out as a floor general. He dishes the ball. I love TJ McConnell. But so does every other Wildcat fan. But they have something to learn from that. And I keep hearing about these one and dones are so great and all that, and I see that. But then what happens to them? The 5-year guy is more mature, wants it more, kills himself for it. It's a team player. He'll do whatever the coach asks and more.
They have a better understanding and grasp of the game.
Yeah, so there's something to be said for that. So I love what Luke is doing with Ivica. I love that he puts him on the Defenders as much as possible, and everybody respects him on the Defenders. He plays a lot, and he loves it. I mean, he enjoys it.
And he's been a good teammate. A lot of the guys in the young have said things about that. He's just a guy that wants to work, that wants to get better, and you know, and you see it, and you see the progression he's had in a short amount of time, which is good to see, because a guy who's getting paid $500,000 a year is outplaying the guy who's making 16 from a year in Moscow. And I wouldn't mind Lakers using that stretch provision or that amnesty on Moscow.
So the CBA is set up now so that people are incentivized players are incentivized to stay with their team. So how's that going to affect ours?
Now this is where the fans...
Do we really want that? I mean, Golden State might want it, but...
This is where the fans are going to have to remain patient and trust the process. There's a buddy of mine on Twitter that I've been talking to, Gator Tater ATL. He's a huge Philly fan, and he's been trusting in this process. And you see what Philly's done. Embiid looks great. You got Simmons coming back next year. McConnell, your guys starting to play really well.
The world's seeing what we all knew.
Yeah, so with these Lakers, you're gonna have to get used to these young guys developing before your eyes, because with this new CBA, like you're alluding to, players aren't leaving anymore, right? If Steph Curry were to leave the Warriors to go to the Hornets, where he grew up in Charlotte, and his dad's a part owner, he would leave potentially $74 million over the course of a 5-year deal. No, he'd be crazy. So you're not going to see these jumps of free agents leaving to go on different teams. You're going to have to get them by way of trade. Do you really want to give up 3 or 4 of these young guys, the Lakers? That we spent time watching these terrible seasons go by to get these guys, and now we have hope to trade them for a Boogie Cousins who's just
and you can't
talent table is crazy.
But you can't trade the people we Mozgov paid a lot of Mozgov money to either.
Dang.
No one's going to want to pay for that.
No, exactly. And so we're going to have to trust this process, and you see the talent is there. You just got to, the next thing you got to see is the maturity and consistency, because that's what makes you a great player, is the consistency, right?
Okay, so talking about maturity and consistency, Los Angeles has a team that's mature and consistent.
We got one.
We have
Only one so far.
And the team's name is the Los Angeles Defenders.
Soon to be the South Bay Lakers.
So then Joey Buss, who's been a fantastic GM for the Defenders, is doing a fantastic job. Maybe he should be promoted.
Yeah. Have him and Jim switch spots.
Right. So he made a proclamation or a decision that when they move into the new facility in 2018.
Cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to cover that.
See that place.
They will be the South Bay Lakers, which makes a lot of sense. The San Antonio Spurs, I believe, are the only other team. Oh, it's not the San Antonio Spurs, it's the Austin Spurs. They're the only other team
that
have the name, but I don't think any other team shares the facility.
No.
Next year, fans have got to go out to see these. They're going to be in the Lakers.
Just to see the facility alone, not even the basketball game.
Dope. Like, I know I'm using a word that's not my age, but
oh yeah,
it is like I cannot wait to step in there. But the Defenders are on top of the D-League. They're 21-6. The next best team is 21-7.
Well, I mean,
and they beat the Skyforce,
finally,
who they lost in the finals in the 3rd game of the finals last year.
And I think the main reason is you have the great coaching so far this year, but you have, and I want to reiterate this, NBA talent on that roster.
NBA talent that is getting ignored.
And Josh Majette and Vander Blue.
And Justin Hopper.
Yeah, and Trevor Ware.
And now Waba's doing well.
These guys
stepping
are
up.
better than D-League talent.
Yeah, much better than D-League.
If not NBA, then they need to go on to play in Spain or somewhere else, because they deserve those dollars. They put in the work. They've been fantastic all year. And
they're walking the straight and narrow. So I've interviewed them, and I've known them for a couple years now. And there's some rumors out there that at least one of the 3 has had some off-court issues, and it's still a problem. It is not a problem. Let me tell you right now, all the scouts, these guys are 150% basketball and religious at the same time.
Yeah.
All they do is they play video games on their off time, they go eat dinner out, and then they go play basketball. And that's all they do, and it's reflected in their play. So please put away all those thoughts that these guys are not ready for the NBA. They're more than ready. And 2 of them have played in the NBA already.
Yes.
Vander and Justin. And Josh, he played in Summer League and he did a really good job.
So I mean,
his assists are like
you might see one of them actually get the call up, because if D'Angelo Russell continues to have knee problems all year, as bad as the season's gone in the last 2 months, it might not be the worst thing in the world to possibly shut him down, get his knees right. That way for next season, when Lakers actually want to make a push, he's there, he's ready to go. And now you might be able to bring up a guy like Vander, a guy like Josh, to really display what they've been doing all year in the D-League. And I mean, I know dominating the D-League is different than the NBA, but when you dominate in that fashion, that's gonna...
Did Jordan Clarkson come from the D-League?
Jordan Clarkson came from the D-League.
Okay, so we love Jordan Clarkson,
Zubac came from the D-League, and he's
Zubac is doing great. Yeah, he's
16 and 10
top
with
talent.
three blocks his last game. So in a short amount of time, 25 minutes. So the D-League has its benefits and its advantages, and it gets guys the time to develop and get a good game. And Vander and Josh have really, I've seen this firsthand, and it's there.
Yeah, it's there. And they've gone up against some really good talent. And a lot more NBA players seem to be coming down to play with their teams.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a lot of that too. So with that said, let's hope the Defenders keep doing what they're doing.
Keep rolling, guys.
The Lakers, I think they got to try to win.
No trades. no trades.
Just keep playing, keep gelling, get stronger. Hopefully somebody will break out like TJ.
I think that's going to be Ingram. It's going to take another year or so, but Yes, it's too much talent, too much IQ.
Person, that kid is so skinny.
Oh yeah. But the great thing is you can't keep him out of the gym.
I know,
He's
you
shooting
can't.
hoops at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
One-handed
awesome.
free throw.
That's awesome.
So go Lakers, go Defenders.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time, and we'll try to figure out what we should talk about. But you're going to be covering some boxing, just to give a little preview.
Yeah, we got a Triple G training camp coming up in Big Bear, so we'll be up there in the next month or so, and we got a lot of exciting year for boxing. You know, you got Canelo and Chavez Jr. coming up, so it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year.
Yeah, and I'm covering football, so I got football recruits. So I'm going to be going to Hawkins High School on Wednesday for National Signing Day, and we'll see where Greg Johnson and Jody Lewis or Joseph Lewis decides they're going to go. I'm predicting they're going to go to either Nebraska or USC.
Wow.
I don't think Oregon gets these
Hopefully
guys.
SC.
I don't think Oregon gets these guys. I think they're going to be Trojans. It's down the street. It's at home.
It's here.
They can, hang out with their high school friends and come back and forth. And
not too many celebrities visit Nebraska football games,
right.
but they'll be here in USC.
Well, Nebraska, because Dante Williams left Arizona and went to Nebraska, and he's the one who got them all to want to go to Arizona, which is unfortunate. Greg Byrne, who's the AD at Arizona, he moved to Alabama, so he's going to be the Alabama AD, but he did not up Dante's salary so that he could keep these recruits. So our class went from 15 down to 36. So it's a little bit of Wildcat stuff. And I'm also on Mark Rogers TV if you check out that YouTube channel talking about recruiting. But Arizona's in the basketball.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
How many losses do we get this? Like all the top seeds seem to lose this week.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
19
so we got that.
2, great season so far.
Yeah. So let's go. So Shereen Rayan.
Chris Rodriguez.
In the front row, the best views of sports. We're at Rock and Brews. You've got to come down here, El Segundo. It's one of the best places I've had.
Awesome spot,
breakfast.
guys.
It's great. It's fun. The music's fantastic. So come down to Rock and Brews, and come down on Sundays at 10 o'clock because you'll see us, and maybe we'll ask you a question.
Yeah. Join the show.
If you wanna find me, yeah, I'm in the front row. Got my 2 tickets on me, I'm in the front row. It's the best place to be, I'm in the front row. Best place to be, yeah. If you wanna find me, yo, I'm in the front row. Got my 2 tickets on me, I'm in the front row. It's the best place to be, I'm in the front row. Best place to be, So what's colder than ice and even hotter than a flame? I be in the front row, chilling at a ball game. Yeah, you know what they say, having fun, time flies. Catch me courtside, chilling with the inside. Scoop, come on, tell me how you want it. Catch me on the court, it's the best view in sports.